time. Well then viewers, here we are then. We're now moving on to the Melrick stories. And we're going to start off with Melrick and the Crown by David McKee. Another story that was after Toucan Toucan. Yeah, it was a good job. So, anyways, are you ready? Here we go. Melrick and the Crown. Melrick the magician was going to visit Kra, the wise man. "Don't forget the ceremony of the crown," said the king as Melrick left. Every year, the king proved his right to rule by walking under an enchanted waterfall. If the crown was genuine, and of course it always was, a rainbow appeared and a crowd chanted, "Long live the king!" That was the ceremony of the crown. After Melrick had gone, the king played with his pet, True, and watched the soldiers parade with their dragon mascot. That evening, the crown was made. "Oh, it had better be here in the morning," said the king. The next morning, the servants came to say they still couldn't find the crown, but to their surprise, the king was wearing it. "Oh, it was there. It was here when I woke up," the king explained. "It must have been the Troon playing tricks." Meanwhile, Kra was teaching Melrick, his sister Myrtle, and cousin Gus a spell using water to show them whatever they wished to see. "Show me the king's crown," said Melrick, thinking of a ceremony. The pool became a screen, and there was the crown. "But that's Sondrak wearing it," said Melrick, recognizing his old enemy. "Where is the king?" The picture changed. There was a king also with a crown. Kra explained, "You asked to see the crown? Sondrak has it. The gnome goldsmith made a copy that he swapped for the real crown." "But the king will fail the test," said Melrick. "Sondrak will be king. I must go." As Melrick set off for the castle, Kra said, "Remember, Melrick, what's been done once can be done again." Melrick arrived at the castle while the king was in his bath. He left it again at once with the fake crown. "Oh no, not again," said the king when he saw the crown was missing. "Now, where have you put it?" he asked the Troon. While the king searched, Melrick went to the house of the gnome goldsmith. He hid as they returned home for the night. When all was quiet, Melrick used a water barrel and Kra's spell to see Sondrak. He was inside the house wearing a crown and ordered gnomes to get firewood. The firewood was near Melrick. He quickly put a spell on the wood and then hid as the gnomes came to collect it. As the wood burned, the spell began to work. The fire gave off a pleasant smell that sent Sondrak and the gnomes into a deep sleep. Melrick let himself into the house and exchanged the crowns. Then he returned to the castle to replace the real crown. In the morning, the king was making a terrible commotion. "What's all this fuss about?" asked Melrick. "Oh, thank goodness you're back," said the king. "The Troon is playing silly tricks with the crown. You better look after him until after the ceremony." The ceremony started as usual. The king led a procession to the waterfall where the people waited, but as he approached, a shout came from the other side. "Behold the crown!" cried Sondrak. The crowd gasped, and he continued, "I am your king to be. You'll bow down when you see the proof by the test of a crown." Sondrak stepped under the waterfall and waited for the rainbow. It never came. Instead, the water poured directly on him, sending him into the lake below. The crowd chanted, "Imposter!" and laughed and laughed. Sondrak couldn't stand being laughed at. Melrick explained everything to the king, who said, "If it weren't for you, Melrick, that would be me in the water." Then he called out, "I am your king, and I'll do my best to serve with my crown." Passing the test, he stood under the waterfall and a rainbow appeared. "Long live the king!" roared the crowd. Melrick watched Sondrak leave. I wonder what he'll try next time, he thought. And that's the end of Melrick and the Crown. And we will be back in the next story in which Melrick conquers with a dragon. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.